Welcome to this class about emotional regulation. My name is Ria, and when I talk about emotional regulation, it's not about controlling the emotions or not allowing them to be there. But it's certainly not either letting the emotions take control and be the truth sayer about what is the right thing to do in life. So finding that regulation, maybe in faith, maybe in breath, is what we're going to do this class. Make your way into child's pose, because is where we're going to start. Get some distance in between your knees so there's space for belly and chest. Get the forehead down, and if child's pose is not really great for your knees, just find something else that makes sense in your body. Your hands can be to the front of the mat or down by the side, whatever works for your shoulders. And try to make your body soft, relaxed. So what are you feeling right now? Try to mention, maybe speaking out loud, maybe just in your own inner voice, putting into words the different things, emotions you're containing right now. And whatever you're feeling, know that you don't need to judge the feelings. We have those. But you can choose not to let them fill you up at this moment. Maybe you take your hands and to the front and let your palms face up. Either kind of take those emotions or words into your hands and let them glide into the river, or maybe you want to surrender it to God if you're a believer in God. Let them float away from you for just a moment. And then let your palms reach down on the mat again and move into tabletop. So most likely you will narrow the distance in between your knees. Hands, wrists stacked under your shoulders, and then do some gentle CatCow. You might inhale as you move into your your cow, and exhale as you move into your cat, taking the spine up. Now, as we will be moving on the mat, I'll encourage you not to feel a lot, meaning feeling your emotions a lot. I encourage you to notice what's going on in your body instead, because that will help us to some extent. Maybe tuning out a little bit emotions that are making a lot of noise that really doesn't have to make a lot of noise right now. So try to picture now, as we're moving here, your spine, your vertebrae, how they are moving from one place to another. If you have an idea of what your spine looks like, try to picture the shape of the spine as you take the spine up towards the sky in cat. And as you do this kind of U shape, and yes, you do your cat or your cow. Then tuck your toes and make your way onto the back of the mat. And then step 1 foot to the front of the mat so you get into a somewhat wide distance. If it fits watching the screen, stepping in the short end of the mat, do so. It doesn't really matter as long as you feel like you're not sliding on the floor. Now get into a variation of horse stance. We're not really warmed up, so don't go as low as you might be able to do later on. And then bring your left arm up overhead. Reach it up towards the sky like an antenna. And as you lean over towards your right side, you extend both legs, going for that side stretch. Bending both knees, making sure the knees track in the direction of the toes, taking the left arm behind you. Take the nose, the face, and turn the head towards the left side. And then we repeat that. Inhale, arm up, your face will kind of move to the front. Exhale, lean, extend the legs. Coming back, core involved. Bending the knee, taking the left arm behind your gaze towards the left without letting your head drop like that. We want the spine tall. And let's move. So I use my breath. I inhale as I come up. Exhale as I do my side bend here. Inhale as I move down, bending my knee, taking arm back. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale to the side. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you go really low the last time in your knees as well. And notice how your thighs are feeling right now. Stay down here if you're here. Sense your thighs, your inner thighs, your butt. And then take both hands up, extend both arms up overhead and both feet now pointing forward. Before we go to the other side, lean forward into a somewhat wide-legged forward fold. Micro bend the knees and relax your head. Now, moving left and right side like we did there can be a great thing to do because it kind of confuses the mind a little bit and we need to concentrate. That's why I take this kind of posture movement in. So let's try to do that on the other side. So again, let the toes point slightly out. Sit down. Maybe you want to go deeper than before. Now we are more warmed up. Your right arm up without lifting the shoulder. Extend both legs, lean to the side. I like my nose pointing out. Coming back. Bending both legs, looking this time towards your right side. Following the breath, inhale up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, down. Reach up, inhale. And exhale. Stay focused. You need this in order to keep moving in the right direction here. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhaling to your left. Inhale, coming up. Nose towards the right, arm behind you. Last time. And stay down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take both hands up. Palms together on top of your head. Relax your shoulders. Let the toes point forward. And then lean back a little bit gently. Avoid locking the knees. Feel it in your neck. You can always bring your hands behind your head for support. 2 more breaths here. For emotional regulation, what can often help us is to pay attention to what's going on in the body. Now let's stand up again, and then just stand as mountain pose, so you're facing the screen, so don't turn your face, right? So close your eyes and go into mountain pose. Now pay attention of what you are sensing in your body. It's not a feeling or an emotion per se, but it's what's happening in your body. Maybe you can sense your heartbeat. Maybe you can sense your digestive system, that you're hungry or that your knee hurt or whatever. Just pay attention to what's going on. Maybe starting from the feet and up. Is there anywhere where you keep tension, typically in the shoulders and the jaws? And then you can open your eyes and let your knees kind of shimmer or shake. You stay put. I just want to show you from the side. So you kind of just shake your legs a little bit. And again, you're welcome to close your eyes. As you do this, feel how everything is kind of shaking. Muscles, fat. All right, letting go of that. And then shake your arms. There's really no right or wrong way to do it, but just shake things out a little bit. If you feel like smiling, you're welcome to do that because you feel a little bit silly. All right, and then bring your arms up overhead. Inhale, big inhale. Fold forward, exhale, sigh out. Awesome. Now bring your right leg to the back end of the mat. Most likely you'll be standing the length of your mat by now. High lunge, which is the posture where you want to keep the knee over the ankle to some extent. The hip bones here pointing forward, and then you reach your arms up overhead. And then we're going to do circle arms. So you can lean a little bit forward, bring your arms down, keep the spine straight even though you're leaning forward. And as you bring the arms up, like behind you and up, you kind of straighten up the spine again. And this is what we're going to do. Lean a little bit forward as you bring your arms forward and down. Inhale, reach up. Lots of balance here. So sometimes our emotions feel like this, just going in circles. But as we will feel in just a moment, we can choose to stop moving. So next time you're reaching forward, you can stop and pause here. You are in control. As you're in control of your body to some extent, you are in control of your emotions. You can choose. Bring both hands down, step back, down dog or tabletop if you prefer. Bring the right foot to the top end of the mat. We're gonna do exactly the same thing again. If it was a little bit too hard, maybe you step closer so the feet doesn't have that much distance between each other. But lunge, navel in, leaning forward, bringing the arms down and back. And again, it takes a little bit of effort to balance, at least for me, and to coordinate everything going on here. Leaning slightly forward, arms forward and down, spine tall, arms back and up. And just bend the elbows if it if it makes sense. So again, pay attention. You are in control. Your emotions as well as your movements doesn't have to make circles, be a turmoil. You can stop, pause next time, lean forward, pause here, breathe. Bring both hands back and down, downward facing dog, and maybe you shake things out. And let's really feel the body. Let's go down on the elbows for a plank. I know it might be not what you feel like doing right now, but go with me. Do planks on toes or your knees. And we are gonna really tire the body right now. So stay. Squeeze the navel in towards the spine. Push the elbows down. You stay in plank. Push the elbows down, but not so you're rounding your spine. You want to keep the shoulders somewhat like plucked in to the girdle. A little bit of a micro bend in the knees. And lift the heels up as like you will be walking on the wall behind you. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Child's pose. Bring the arms down by your side and maybe sigh out. I picture emotions, like big emotions, especially feeling worried or sad or frustrated or something like that, like on a sled going downhill. The further you go down, the bigger the speed, right? So it's hard to stop when you're really far down because it's just very powerful force. But you can more easily stop when in on top of the mountain when you don't have as much speed. And this is what we can do also with our emotions. We can try to pay attention to our body when those emotions are building up. Maybe it's just in a few seconds, half seconds. But if we can notice and pay attention to what's going on, we can avoid going too far down the emotional hill, so to say. That's why body awareness is such a great gift. Now again, take a seat on the mat, wherever direction makes sense. Butterfly, so sole of the feet together, and you can bring the feet far away from the hip or close, whatever works. If it's too hard to sit here, you can always fold the mat and take a blanket to sit on top of. Now find that somewhat comfortable position that makes sense. And then try to lift your knees up and then go down. Make sure your spine is straight. You're going to lift and lower down just a few more times. And then we're going to pay attention to what's going on in our thighs. So take your hands and don't overdo this because we don't want that. Put your hands here, not on your knee joint as such, but maybe a little bit on top. Push down, maybe just 20% of your max. And then let your thighs push into your hands. Feel the inner thighs here. Get activated. Keep pushing. It's okay if it's a little bit hard. Stay. 3, 2, 1. Relax and maybe hold your feet and just let the knees drop out. What does that feel like? Extend the legs out and maybe just lean forward just for a little bit of a different way to sit. Coming up again. Find a comfortable seat. Gonna massage the face a little bit because a lot of emotions also can kind of build up in our face and our shoulders as well, but I'll mainly focus on the face by now. So you can take your fingers, I like my pointy finger, index finger, and the second finger there, and bring the fingers just underneath the eyebrows. You might take a look before you close your eyes and kind of draw the eyebrows underneath the eyebrow and bring it all the way down. So you're on the bony part of the skull here, and then kind of draw some circles around the eyes. Not in the soft tissue of the eye, of course. So I'm on the skin. Slow circles. Relax your shoulders if you had them lifted. And then let go. Bring your pinky finger in between your eyebrows, and then the rest of the fingers can kind of reach up towards your forehead. So you almost are in the line of the hair there. And then draw the skin, like you're pulling the skin apart on your forehead. Fingers kind of reaching down by the temple all the way down by the jaw there, and kind of by the jawline, letting go when you reach the chin. Kind of pull it out. Do that a few more times. Close your eyes. And you can kind of pull and pay attention. Let your mouth open if it makes sense. 2 more times. And sometimes if we are down the roller coaster or the hill of emotions, if I continue in that image, doing something with our body, paying attention to something else is so valuable. That really can regulate us and bring us to a better place where we more easily can take the more wise and healthy choice. It's very hard to take good choices if you're emotional, in a bad state of emotional. So we want to kind of force the mind, the body to focus somewhere else. And beside what we've already been doing, finding a bit of rest, and a body scan can be super nice. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can just finish the video now, but you can also just join me for a few minutes here. Resting pose, let the feet drop out, hands on the floor. And now this is important. If you can't stay focused on the body scan that I'm going to share with you, it's fine. Whenever you feel like your thoughts are just wandering off, don't judge yourself, don't be mad at yourself, just say, oh, there they went again. Okay, I'm bringing it back. It's okay. We all do that, okay? So don't make yourself in a bad mood just because you can't keep concentrating. All right, let's breathe. Sigh out. And then focus on your forehead. Maybe you can picture and still feel how those fingers were drawing the skin on the forehead, pulling out the wrinkles there, and making your forehead, your eyes relax. Let your mouth open just a little bit. And let the tongue fall down from the roof of the mouth. Relax your throat. If you feel things in your chest, just accept that. If you believe in God, know that God knows you and sees everything, and it's okay. Nothing to be ashamed of. Relax the shoulders. Maybe they need to drop further down towards the mat. Relax the right arm from the tricep, bicep, all the way down to the wrist and the fingers on the right side. On the left, the back of the arm, the tricep, relax the biceps, the front of the arm. All of left arm down to the fingers, curved and relaxed. Then feel how you're breathing in your belly. If there's any tension you're holding in your belly or stomach, maybe soften that area as much as you can. Allowing yourself to breathe naturally. Not controlling it, but just letting it be. Pay attention to your butt cheeks on the mat, how they kind of just flatten out there. Focus on your right thigh, front and back, relaxing. The right knee, the right shin and calf, down to the toes, like the pinky toe is really heavy and the foot just drops out slightly. Then all of the left leg, thigh and the back, the hamstrings, knee joint, calf, and again the foot, toes. The foot fall a little bit out. You have that open posture in your hip. And just stay here. Trusting that you are loved. God is carrying you. And that grace is like a blanket that covers you. Stay here. Finish this class now. But if you feel at peace, I'll really invite you to stay down on your mat and just rest a little bit more. Cover yourself in the blanket of grace. I'll stay down here, but just wish you God's blessings, peace, from my heart to yours.